Dr. Rothblatt, can I ask you to join Paul and me on the stage? So I had the privilege of meeting Martine several years ago, a longtime client of our firm, and was just mesmerized by the work that she'd done. But Dr. Rothblatt, your pioneering work, from satellite radio to pharmaceuticals, and now to organ transplants, it is my pleasure, and our pleasure, we already gave you this, all right, to present you with the LSC's Genius Award for 2018. Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So Martine, I love that you're inspired when you hear something can't be done. There are a lot of very smart people in this room, and I'm sure they'd like to know how you go about tackling impossible problems.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for this honor, and Mike, thank you so much for presenting it, and I'm completely blown away by the entire Liberty Science Center here. It, in a sense, embodies the answer to your question, Paul, which is that tough problems always embed or encode the solution to themselves, but they're bundled up together in lots of smaller problems. So when I'm faced with a challenging problem, I try to see how is there a sequence of smaller problems to solve, each one of which will bring me a bit closer to the ultimate solution. And when you get to the ultimate solution, the problem is in fact solved. So I would summarize by saying, when you see a tough, difficult problem, try to study it until you can see it as a sequence of logical, solvable problems. The solution to each one gets you closer to the ultimate solution.
That's great. Martine, you're really bullish about the transhuman future. What do you worry about? What could go wrong?
I worry probably most of all about the attitude of pessimism. I think that with a proper attitude, anything can be accomplished. The video was very kind in pointing out the challenge with our daughter's illness. My loving partner, Bina, and I were able to marshal together everything that was needed to come up with a medicine that keeps her and thousands of other people alive and healthy. So that was because we had an attitude that we could do this. And to me, everything about this Liberty Science Museum and Center says we can do this. You honor all the people who have made great discoveries. So the thing that I worry about is when I see pessimism and negativity seeping into the culture, I think we need to, double down on places like the LSC and speak out loudly about positivism and optimism, can-do spirit. Let's be realistic. We live in the absolute best time that there has ever been for humanity or even for antecedent species to humanity. Never has a smaller percentage of people suffered from violent conflict, and never have greater numbers of people lived fulfilling, happy, healthy lives. Never has there been more wonderful frontiers of science and technology to explore. We live in the point of time when, for the first time, the most magical thing discovered in the universe, DNA, a self-replicating code, is at the cusp of being unfolded. We think in the future that the fastest computers will in fact be biological computers. We're at the cusp of biology becoming technology. We're at the cusp of finding not thousands, not millions, but more planets in space than there are stars in space. This is the most awesome, greatest time to ever be alive, and I think we should just shout, "We can do it," from the rafters.
Oh, you're so inspiring. It's fantastic. Can you share something that you learned from your mom? There she is.
My mom was as a hairstyle can show previous generation, and she was by profession a Toastmistress, which I don't even think that profession really exists anymore. But she told me, Martine, make sure that you spend effort on doing public speaking. That's what a Toastmistress does. So I said, well, what would I publicly speak about? And she said, whatever you're interested in, whatever you have a passion about. And I said, well, for how long should I speak about that? And she said, Martine, let me teach you a lesson that you'll remember for a long time. I said, okay. She said, a good speech is like a lady's dress. And I was puzzled. She said it should be long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to maintain interest.
That's terrific. Thank you, Martine. I'm glad you know. Really, really